All right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the last talk of this session. I guess everyone who has ever dealt with the question of how to set up a good security program, you know that there's so many pitfalls and so many things that can go wrong. We know that there are so many things to avoid and not to do because, well, you create the wrong incentives, you punish those that you don't want to punish, and so on. There's many, many things that can go wrong. I'd say in Switzerland, there are many companies who are doing it well, and there's one company, Swiss Post, who is doing it fairly well for quite some time, and this is something I would consider a success. And this is why it's a pleasure to have on stage now Raphael, who will give us a presentation on how to build up a successful security program. Raphael, thanks.
Thank you. So thank you for joining. I'm glad to be here. I hope, we hear me well. So first, let's introduce myself. I'm Raphael Schaffo, 29 years old. I'm living in Switzerland, 2 hours away from here. I'm IT software engineer and security champion by the Swiss Post. So I'm working for the Swiss Post since 7 years, a bit more than that. And I'm also active on security side since a bit more than 4 years. In my hobbies, I have one thing that is really important. It's ethical hacking, and I think the other points are not really important for now. So what I will talk about today, I will first explain what is the Security Champion Program. Then I will proceed by presenting you OWASP Security Champion Guide. Then a bit storytelling, so what happened on Swiss Post side with the Security Champion Program, the Swiss Post Manifesto. This manifesto is a list of good principles that helped us a lot to set up this Security Champion Program, a little conclusion, and then, if we have time, some questions. So now, first, what is a Security Champion Program? The main idea of a Security Champion Program is to empower and train individuals inside a company. Often it can be a developer or a non-security professional to promote actively cybersecurity good practices within the company. So the main idea is we create a team of security champions, we train that team of security champions, and then that team is able to promote actively security within the company. Now let's have a little view on the required skills of a security champion. Like you can see here on the diagram, the development team and the security champion team is separated. But just like I said a few seconds ago, often a security champion is a developer. So it's not really true, but it's to separate the skills. One important task of the security champion is to make the bridge between the security team and the development team. This means the security champion have a feet inside the development team and also a feet inside the security team. Now let's come back to the skills that are required. Important skill is risk-oriented, security-aware, and the security champion do not just need to be security-aware, but he must also be able to promote this security awareness and to share it. Very important. And last point, but logical point, he must be able to enable security inside the company. So when I tell that, it looks like it's quite easy to set up such a program. The definition is easy, but it's not the case. Like he said, many companies have tried to set up such a program, but many companies have failed to do that. And that's why I'm here today. I will try to explain you what helped us a lot in the Swiss Post to set up the program. Before I do that, I want to present you the OWASP Security Champion Guide. It's a new guide. It's writing actually, so it's not done. And the main goal of this guide is to define a list of principles that help the Security Champion Program to work. To make this list, the OWASP guide asked many companies to share their experience with the security champions. And so they was able to define what they are calling the OWASP Security Champion Manifesto. I won't present it now in detail because I will use it later on in the presentation to explain you what helped the post. So now, 1 week ago, I started to work on this presentation. I know I was a bit late for that, but I didn't have time to do it before. I took a blank sheet of paper and I asked myself what helped a lot the Swiss Post Security Champion Program to work. I was able to find 6 reasons. After I did that, I asked myself, yeah, but where does the security champion program come from? So I started to search the origin, and after 30 minutes, I was not able to find the origin. Good to know is that the security champion does not have a single creator. It's different companies that are working for it, but no one claims to be the initiator of it. And after I found that, I found something else. It's this OWASP Security Champion guide. I wrote the manifesto, and what was really insane for me, it's that my whole list, the 6 reasons I have written, was also part of the manifesto of OWASP. So I will use this manifesto and these chapters to explain you what helped the post. But before I do that, we must start with the beginning of the story, Security Champion. It all began in 2019 with a cup of coffee. So we see coffee is very important in companies. It was our CISO and the head of our IT department that started to speak together about the shift left approach and also the Security Champion program. After that, the first initiative was born. Our CISO wanted to promote the Security Champion program inside the company. To do that, he have knocked on the right door. He went to a solution architect and told him, hey, I want to set up a Security Champion program. Are you motivated to help me on that side? The solution architect accepted, and 2 months later, he did the proposal of how he would lead this Security Champion program. Inside the proposal, important was the analysis of the benefits, because if you do not see the benefit, it's not useful. The challenges, the costs, because if you are coming with an ID without costs to the management, yeah, it don't work. You need that. The goals, the timeline, and the playbook. The playbook is a list of steps that must be followed to set up the program. The proposal was accepted at end of February. Now let's move to the playbook. First thing I want to say is the Swiss Post didn't invent the wheel. So we have used something that is existing. These 6 points are coming from OWASP, and we did not change something on that side. So the steps to create a successful program that helped us are the easy definition of OWASP. First thing, it's to identify the teams. So here main idea is that we do a clear diagram of all existing teams in the Swiss Post. And when you got that, it's very easy to see, hey, where can I add the security champion, where it would worth it to put them. And when we had that, and when we know where we have to place the security champion, we can start with the definition of the role of the security champion. When we have that, we can nominate the security champion, then start the funny part. We want to create a living community with the security champion. So create the communication channels and stuff like that. When we have that, next point would be the knowledge base. We must ensure that the security champion that starts to work as security champion have enough information and knowledge to work. And the last point is maintain interest, because when you have trained security champions, and we are active in the company, we still must be able to motivate them to keep the interest. And this step is a step that we are still working on now. It never ends. Each year you have to think about it. Now let's go to the timeline of 2020. So now was March 2020, so the management approved the proposal of the solution architect. Next point was a kind of definition, refinement, where all security teams of the Swiss Post helped the security champion to define clearly, more precise, what should be done in the playbook. After that, we had the go, no-go, it was a go. And we started the recruitment phase in May. The recruitment phase was done and completed in June. And other step that we also have done is the security champion refined by themselves also the playbook to check is something missing or no. And the security application enabling started in July. And we are still now in this phase here, the improving phase, because the vision of the company can change. And if that's changing, we have also to change and adapt the vision of the security champion program. So the improvement is something that will follow you until the end. Now let's have a quick insight of the different years of the security champion. So what was our goals? First goals in 2020 was personal training, because we had new security champion and they had to train. Promote the security, promote the community, because the community is new and we have to push it so that the whole company knows it. And follow the playbook. Inside the playbook, what was really important is that we start with bug bounty case analysis and that we improve the tool chain so that we are able to do secure development, or that we are able to go on DevSecOps side. More information. A security champion, like I said, must have a feet in the development team and also a feet on security side. That's why a security champion by the Swiss Post is not a 100% role. It's you are security champion from 10 to 20%, and the rest of your time you are still a developer. That's really important. So you are still the bridge between both teams. Then important for us, or for the vision of the security champion, we wanted that the team is growing. At end of 2020, the team of security champion was of 10. By the size. Then also important, inside the security champion team in 2020, we had an embedded core team that was guiding the security champion. And this core team was also always in contact with the CISO. Main idea is that the CISO helped us to find the right direction, and this core team did the same with the program at the end. And also how we was working with this security champion team. Each 2 weeks we had a meeting of 2 hours, and the main idea there was to make presentation about our top 10 or relevant information about security, so that the whole team can evolve and go forward together. And also good to know, I have joined the program at end of 2020. So I'm nearly at the beginning, I was there. Now let's continue with 2021. We did not really change the goals. So the bug bounties are still there, the trainings are still there. The recruitment also, at end of 2021, we was 20 security champion. And more information. During 2021, one important point is that the security champion guild or community must gain visibility, and that was possible thanks to Marcel, because he did a great publicity for us. It's our CISO, Marcel, and he's not there. I'm not happy, but yeah. Then we organized many trainings, not only for the newbies, but also for the older security champions, so that we are able to evolve at the end. That's always important. The security champions was invited to the security day. That was also very important. The security day is organized once a year in the Swiss Post, and we invite each security team inside, and the main idea is that we socialize, that we communicate. That's really an important day, I think, for it. And because the security champion has joined that team, we was able to understand what is the work of a red team, what is the work of a blue team, what is the work of the WAF team, for example. And it was really important to do this mix of different teams. Then also important, we have a presentation platform in the Swiss Post, Inform, where we have from 150 to 250 participants each month. And they gave us a slot that we can use each month to make presentation about security. So that's also a big help for the security awareness, because we have a possibility to share what we are learning. And last thing that is important in 2021, we had the first security champion day, and here it's quite the same. We want to create a living community, so it's important that we see us together, that we make events together. I like that here. I don't know if you know what this today is. If no, it's not a problem, I know. It's Log4Shell. Why I want to talk about this? Log4Shell was an important event for the security champion inside the Swiss Post. During 2021, not each one was really confident about the Security Champion program. It was quite new. I felt that some PO or business guys was not really happy about that program because they did not see how valuable it is. When Log4Shell arrived, we had the perfect opportunity with the Security Champion to show, hey, guys, we are valuable. And when the vulnerability came out on the 9th December, I love to tell that story. We did not have any official communication about the Log4Shell. It came only on 4 days later because it was on a Friday, and on the Friday not each one is working. And even if we did not receive any official communication, at the end of the day we had application that had already a fix that was available on production. And why? Because Security Champion took the time to read the announcements of security vulnerabilities. They saw that. They saw we are affected, and by themselves they took the responsibility to make the deployment. And for me, it was the perfect moment to show each one, hey, Security Champion are valuable. They are taking time to have a look on the security of your project without having any task for it. So it was really, really useful. And also good to say, we was one of the first team that was involved in the work to fix this vulnerability. We had to search for each project that was affected. We had to propose a fix. We had also to check regularly what's the state of the project. So we was the whole time really invested in that finding. So perhaps now insights of 2022. So because at 2021, not each one was confident about that. It was important that the Security Champion have a better voice, and that was something that we want to push on that side. Then also the DevSecOps toolchain that was still not ready or that we could improve was also a goal. We started to work with threat modeling, also important. And we have continued to promote coding best practices inside the company. We have something that we called the Hitchhiker's Guide. It's a kind of Bible for the developer where you can find each good practice that the post wants that you follow to make secure development at the end. Then also good to say, we recruit once more, and we was 30 Security Champion at end of 2022. More information to promote the Security Champion program. We have participated in different events. Hacktober, Le Hack in Paris was insane. But if I start to talk about, I will make more than 30 minutes. Then we also started to work closely with different teams. Thanks to the Security Champion Day, we started to work closely with the WAF team and also with the ISO team. Now, goals of 2023. So this year, because we started to have such a good collaboration with the ISOs, we wanted to continue on that side. And also good to know, we had a reorganization in the Swiss Post, and we started to have cluster in 2023. And so it was also very important that the Security Champion tries to work directly with the cluster. Then threat modeling, we have continued to work on that side. We have continued to promote coding best practices. We just could notice at end of 2022 that the motivation of the Security Champion starts to go down. Why? Because they do not have any new trainings. They have their voice done with all things that we have proposed. And one important point was to find a bigger list of trainings. So that was a real important point of 2023, and we was able to make a big list of choose, so each one is able to choose how he wanna evolve. Recruitment also, we see we have doubled the number of Security Champions. We have an explanation for that. The management pushed on that way that we should have one Security Champion for one cluster. We have many clusters, so we had really to recruit many persons. And as we did that, we could notice we should automate a bit the onboarding process, because the onboarding of the Security Champion took a bit long, and that's why we have improved also the onboarding process. It's quite automated now. We also improved the documentation, and because of the change with the reorganization, the needs, where the role of the security champion has also to evolve, because the needs of the company was not the same as for a few years. It's like I said, if the vision of the company is changing, it's also important that you change perhaps the role of the security champion or the goals of the program. Now, let's come to the 6K principle that helped us a lot in the Swiss Post. So the Swiss Post Manifesto. Marcel is not there. Thank you, Marcel, because he gave me the idea of the pictures here. You must find people that are really fascinated or passionate by security, because if you are taking someone that is not motivated, it looks like it's an empty glass. You have to fill the know-how, and then you have to find someone that will drink the glass. But depending of the size of the glass, you are not motivated, and it's very difficult to do that. When you have something or someone that is motivated, it's more like a candle. He got all the know-how. The only thing that he needs is a sparkle, and then the candle light on. So really use motivated people, search for motivated people. You have that in your company. You just have to ask and to search. Then, next point, you have to start with a clear vision of your program. I want to compare that to family holidays. I don't know if you did that, I think yes. When you do not have a clear program of family holidays, you don't know where you want to go. You don't know what clothes you will need. It's not possible that the organization will work. It will directly fail. And even if you know where you will go or what you need, it can change. Example, the weather. If the weather change, it's perfectly the same in the security champion program. The weather can change, or the needs can change. If that change, you have to adapt. And that's something really important for me. The security champions took always the time to think about the vision. Is it still answering the requirements and the needs of the company or no? And it was the case. Then, secure management support. Sometimes it can happen that people do not trust you directly. Like I said, not each one was confident about the security champion program. Now I want to tell you a story. It's not about soccer. It's unihockey, but I changed the story at last moment, so it's not of the wrong picture. When I was young, I think it was 10 years ago, I have participated in a unihockey tournament. It was a fun tournament. And during this tournament, we had different teams that we played against. And I don't know how it was possible, but we arrived to the semifinals. At the semifinals, we had to play against HCC. It's a professional hockey team in La Chaux-de-Fonds. The guys had big arms. Really, I don't know why we should play against them. We was the outsider team. When the game has started, after 5 minutes, we was losing. Logical, 3-0, I think. And the whole public was with the HCC and, hey guys, go, go, go. And we was really the outsider. And I didn't feel confident because, no one was for us. And I don't know how it was possible also, but we was able to make the first goal. And when we did that, the whole public changed his mind and was, hey guys, they did a goal. And they started to support us. And what was really insane, we started to feel confident, and at the end of the game, it was 6-6 against a professional team. We lose at end with at golden goal, but because the people was confident about us, it was possible for us to came back, and that's important for me. If you show to your security champion that you are confident about them, you give them the possibility that they show you, hey, we are valuable. But if you do not do that, it will fail. Create a community. I find it really important always to have a Lord of the Ring picture in a presentation. It was the perfect moment. So create a community. First, what is a community? A community is a group of persons that share interests, characteristics, or goals. It can be, for example, the goal of destroying a ring. But what is important in a communication, in a community? It's communication, to clearly set the goals, and also to do events together. The main idea is we have really to feel that we have a living community. And now I want to come to something very important also. To see that we are a community in the Swiss Post, we created a logo, Security Champion logo. It's a little thing, but if you have something that is binding you, it helps also. And that's why I always wanted to do this. I want to undress today because I have here the Security Champion t-shirt. And I'm proud to wear it. And I think it's also important to send a message. Yeah, it's the Swiss Post Security Champion community. And the t-shirt helps me to feel that. Thank you for the guys that did the cable. They thought about that. I'm not ready. Now, next point is promote knowledge sharing. I want to compare this to a bakery. Why? Because if you have one guy that made the best croissants ever in your company, in your bakery, and he is not sharing the information, or he is not giving his secret, what happens if he is living, or if he is sick? If the only reason for someone to come to your bakery is the croissant, if he is not there anymore, it won't work anymore. And so it's also the same with the Security Champion program. We are training security champions, but if we are not able to share the know-how, you won't have any good croissants at end. So it's really important during when you set up such a program that you also take time to say to the security champion, share what you are learning. Last important point, reward responsibilities. When I say that, each one of you, I'm pretty sure, is thinking, hey, he got a salary rise. It's not the case. I did not receive any salary rise when I joined the security champion group. But I got something really more valuable. I got the opportunity to evolve. I got the opportunity to take part to many events. I got the opportunity to be here today. And I think that's more valuable as a salary rise. You just have to explain that to your security champions. For example, 1 year ago, I was in Le Hack in Paris. I did 2 days there. But my feeling after Le Hack in Paris was that I had 2 weeks of training, intensive security training, because I had learned so many things. And so the best way to say thank you, I think, is also to give the security champion in your companies the possibility to evolve and to take part in such events. So now a little resume of what I said. So it's very important when you want to make a working program to find motivated people, to clearly define the vision and regularly check if it's still good. Give your trust to your champions so that they can win a tournament. Then promote the community by making t-shirts. Then encourage information sharing so that we have all good croissants. And also very important is to say thank you. And also what I want to say now, thank you for your time. And if you have questions, I'm here.
Thanks, Raphael. Very interesting talk. I'm giving the microphone to the audience who has questions on this program. There we have the first one, the second one. Okay, so.
Thanks for your talk. So I'm running a security champion program with 200 champions right now. I was surprised by you saying that in 2021, 2022, you observed that the motivation is going down because they're at the end of the training. There is no more training available.
Yeah.
What would you say is more crucial to the program's success? Training being available or appreciation? Because I think one thing can end, the other doesn't.
Yeah, I think appreciation is the most important because it's when you do not feel comfortable in your role, if the management is not supporting you, even if you have training, you are not motivated to do it. And I think we was lucky because in 2021 and 2022, the opinion started to change. The people started to support us really. And at the same moment, we started to do not have any training. So it was a bit the bad moment to have that. But I think most important is really the appreciation.
All right, second question.
Thank you for your talk. That was really interesting. I have a few questions, a bunch of, but one of the big ones is kind of you were saying in the beginning that you had a security day in the post where you got to know the other security teams and red teams and blue teams and blah, blah, blah. And then you were saying Log4Shell came in and you were taking action.
Yeah.
That was raising a question for me. So because I was thinking, okay, that should be a blue team work effort or something, right? How do you differentiate your team against the other security teams?
Perhaps good to say it's perhaps first thing it's to explain what happened on Log4Shell side. The issue was we got an information email, but only the security champion, not an official mail, that we have to search which application is affected. We got that mail on the 9th December. We have searched, we have established a list of the application that was affected, but on the same day there was no official communication. Because it was on the late Friday afternoon, the communication came only on the Monday. And because of this, security champions started to work by themselves without any real task and fixed the problem. But I think we are not stealing or not making the same task as the blue team or the red team. It's more depending of. At this moment, we had to do that because nobody was taking the responsibility, and the security champion show, okay, if no one is taking the responsibility, we will do it. But we are not not stealing, not doing the task of the blue team or the red team. Yeah.
All right, we're starting with the closing keynote in 2 minutes, so that's why I would like to thank you, Raphael, very much for this nice presentation. And of course, I have a piece of chocolate for you too. So that's it for this room. Thank you so much. And please, everybody, head to the other room because there's the closing keynote. Thank you.